Happy Thursday, everybody. Andy and Steve from WagerTalk.com. This is the Road to Millions on Thursday, August 24th. We are here to get you ready for Thursday's betting action and start to get you ready for the weekend. A lot of units to be had. And you're going to want to stick around because we are doing our free play of the week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's give out that millionaire free play. We've not lost one of these. We are undefeated lifetime. We've only done two, but we still have not lost one. So we're going to do that again. We also got the streak of the day. We got some very important baseball information to get to. A lot of weather in the forecast. So we're going to tell you how to navigate that and be patient. Be patient. Don't let the weather delays and such get you down. So we've got all that. Please give us a like and subscribe if you like the content. It really, really helps us out. And I really appreciate all the comments and all the likes you guys have been giving to us. It really, really helps the algorithm. So again, thank you very much. We're going to start with the betting lab here, Steve. Yesterday, I talked about strategy coming off a big winning week, how it's like, let's really monitor the units. Let's make sure that we're not going to have a big week of regression coming off of the big week. So last night, 2-1. So 1-1 in baseball and 1-0 in the PFL. And I'm never going to complain about a 2-1 night. But let's recap baseball a little bit because, man, that felt like 3-1 was just like a shoo-in. The Dodgers were rolling, and then the dang weather delay comes in. And, I mean, 5 hits, 3 runs, just through a couple innings. It felt like they were just, like, rolling. So I guess start with the Dodgers, and let's explain what's going on with them today.
Yeah, the Dodgers got it going early, and it looked like they were going to run away with that one. And it looks like it's suspended, and they'll try to resume it today. Weather pending once again, and not looking so good. I don't think Cleveland has some weather issues again today. But we'll see what happens with that one. So that one's pending for us. We had the no sweat win with the Braves, 7-0. Charlie Morton looked great. 11 strikeouts. Ozuna has been on fire. Not Acuna. Ozuna has been on fire. It just seems like every time he comes to the plate, he has the chance to hit a home run lately. And he hit another one yesterday. He's been on fire. Unfortunately, Rays win, but fall short of the run line with we got bit by the old home team with the run line. Once you get past the 8th inning, now you need a multi-run homer to cash your bet, and that's always a dicey situation to be in. So that was our loss yesterday. Rays came through the day before, though, so it's mixed bag yesterday. But we'll hoping for 3-1 if the Dodgers can finish it off today.
Yeah, there's a couple things. First off, the Rays did not deserve to win that game. I mean, they gave it away. They hit a guy, walked a guy. They had the disaster inning. They didn't deserve to win the game. We probably didn't. We didn't win the bet. We probably didn't deserve to win the bet anyways. That's just how it goes in baseball. But yeah, the Braves are an easy one, and the Dodgers was just like you said, man. Syndergaard was on the ropes. I mean, they got to him, and it was just like, oh, this is just going to be one of these 10-1. 13-3 Dodgers cruising, and then the weather comes in. So it was it was kind of a bummer. Okay, so here's something to kind of be aware of with the Dodgers bet. So Steve placed his bet on the Dodgers on a different sports book than I did. Mine is still open, and they're supposedly, if the weather cooperates, they're going to start the Dodgers game at noon today or 12:10. And it's just going to be 3-1. They're just starting the game just how they left off. Now, Steve, your bet got refunded already, correct?
Yeah, I've been refunded. It's been voided. That they've decided to void the bet, and I've been refunded the money. So
yeah, so check your sportsbook's rules. You guys know this. All sportsbooks have different rules. It's kind of crazy. So mine is still open. Steve's got refunded, but just check. As for our grading on WagerTalk, it is still pending because the game is still going on. So we'll just have to wait and see today. So as of now, 2-1 last night with the Dodgers pending. So very happy with that. We're down 1.5 units for the week since Monday. So if the Dodgers win, we'll be in the positive. And so this kind of falls into the strategy coming off the winning week. I want to monitor and make sure we're not hitting regression, but so far so good. Big news in MLB, Steve. This is going to be what every baseball show talks about. Ohtani tears the UCL. And so now from a betting perspective, fade the Angels. Now, is he going to keep hitting? Is this my understanding?
He potentially could, but now the other shoe dropped this morning, and Mike Trout is back on the injured list. He was supposed to
What a
return. Yeah, he
surprise.
never even returned. He was supposed to return from the injured list yesterday, and then apparently he couldn't play in the game. He had body soreness, and then it was only, I think it was like 6 or 8 hours ago it got announced that he's back on the injured list. It just seems a little, I don't want to say fishy with the Otani news, but it kind of could be linked up to it. And then Otani, they're saying it's up to him. It's his decision if he wants to keep playing DH or not. And if Trout kind of opted out, essentially, is Otani going to do the same thing? I mean, the team has been in a spiral since the trade deadline, even with, they were buyers at the deadline, but Cron is on the injured list as well already. Grichuk hasn't worked out for them. We have a future on them. We just need them to finish 500 and we cash. And now they're 6 games below 500. So that future is looking like a great cash. And I'm looking at fading them moving forward. They're on a road trip coming up. Not the greatest teams they're facing, though. They're facing the Mets, Phillies, A's. Potentially look at them in a couple of those series maybe. But then, there's still a whole month of the season to go where they could be a team to fade down the stretch for sure.
I was going to bring this up, so I have this here. Here's their series for the rest of the season. Mets, Phillies, and A's. The Mets, I swear to God, they're going to have one game in that series where they score 10 runs because they do it every effing series. They have a game where they're going to score no runs because they do that every series. And then there's going to be a game where they score 6 runs, and it just depends on who's pitching for the Mets.
Yeah.
and are they going to give up 2 runs or are they going to give up 9 runs? So we know this about the Mets. We have the Phillies who, listen, I don't follow the Phillies too much, and then the Athletics. But then I got to tell you, man, they face the Orioles. There's a series where if you want to bet against the Angels, you can do that. The Guardians, not really sure. But then Mariners, I'm pretty sure we would like the Mariners in that series. Tigers, that's a stay away. But then you get the Rays, Twins, and Rangers. And then they end with the Athletics. So I feel like the Angels are either facing really good teams or really bad teams. So the next 3 series might be a touch dicey, but boy, I think down the stretch, if we see the white flag a little bit on some of these guys, which it sure looks like, they could be a nice team to fade a little bit. I wouldn't be too excited to fade them, over the next week or so. But boy, once they hit that Orioles, Guardians, Mariners, Tigers, Rays, Twins, Rangers, I mean, I think we could pick 4 or 5 series out of that where we say, and maybe the price is just good on the series. Maybe it's like, minus 150 or something on this. I don't know. Maybe we get a good series price or we bet against them each game. But I think monitoring the Angels schedule is going to be really important. And this is one thing that we do is we really like to look out to see what the schedule is coming up. So I don't know. Thoughts on that schedule there for Angels?
Well, all those teams that you listed are going to be battling for playoff positioning down the stretch. So they're going to be fighting hard in those games when the Angels are going to be essentially just playing out the stretch, regardless if they give up or not. It's just going to be playing out the stretch. Like directly in the next couple series, I guess Philadelphia would be the one out of those 3, because you already went over the Mets. Philadelphia has been pretty hot, so that could be one that we could look at. But you are right, down the stretch, those are some great spots to fade the Angels down the stretch.
Quick thought on the Yankees. Is this a team that is going to turn it around a little bit, or are they just done, or do you look at them as just a stay away? Like,
yeah, it's been tough. Yeah,
they killed. Didn't they cream a team last night?
Well, Judge, it seems like they live and die by Judge. You know what I mean? And he hit 3 bombs last night, so that's
like
going to carry you.
This is like the new Barry Bonds. If he's in the lineup, they put up 8 runs. If he's not, 1.
Yeah, so 3 home runs is going to carry you pretty far in one game, obviously. Yeah, it's a little bit Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of thing with them, though. We're a tough team to gauge, but we'll keep watching them. Like we said, these series this week, we had said we're going to monitor them for and then look at them next week.
Weather in the MLB, it's really important today. And this is one of those things where it's so easy to not look at. It's so easy to gloss over. Normally people are looking at weather with like Monday Night Football or, so weather today in MLB, what do we need to know?
All right, so it's already kind of a little bit of a wonky schedule with it being a Thursday and there already being some rainouts yesterday and stuff like that. But there's 6 games where they're playing outdoors and 5 of them have potential weather issues. we're definitely going to see some rainouts today, maybe multiple ones. And the one thing I would just caution here is if your play gets rained out, I've gotten caught up in this personally in the past. Don't go hunting for another play that you weren't very confident in just to have some action tonight. If the plays that you like they end up being played, beautiful, enjoy the game. But if not, and your plays get canceled, then I would advise you not to go look fishing for some other pick that you weren't confident in to begin with. Don't get caught up and lose some units tonight because your game got rained out. Bottom line.
So true. What do we always say? The best way to make money is to not lose it. So yeah, rainouts they happen. So don't go fishing for bets that weren't there to begin with. If you didn't like it to begin with, and just lay off of it, we'll get them tomorrow. We'll get your units over the weekend. So. And finally, I do have to talk about PFL notes from last night. It's not necessarily the win. It was a 3-fighter parlay. So here's what I wanted to talk about. So PFL can be wonky, and I've gotten caught up in, oh, this guy's going to finish, and this guy's, this lady should finish this other person. Then it goes the distance, and you're sitting there going, gosh, why did? So with PFL, I just kind of made up my mind. I'm only going to take fighters to win. I'm not going to mess with the props. That's just going to be my style. Friend of the show, Jim, he does well with the props and finishing. He had a couple great plays last night. I just kind of laid off of him. So because I just kept it simple, we ended up getting the win. Now, there was one fight that was a split decision. I didn't think it was a split decision. I thought our guy won pretty easily. So I think on paper that kind of goes down as a close win, and I didn't think it was really that close. So we had a three-fighter parlay, and we hit it. The night before Dana White Contender Series, I talked about it yesterday, where I almost forced a play. I didn't. It would have lost. I got patient. A play kind of developed, and we got a great number on it. We cashed. So that's 2 bets over the course of 2 nights, where showing patience and poking holes in plays that prevented us from playing losses helped. So we're 2-0. That's plus 4 units over 2 nights. Had we not done our due diligence and not been really, really patient, it could have been an 0-2 night. That's like an 8 or 9 unit swing. Just by being patient and poking holes in some other plays and saying, no, I don't need to have 2 or 3 plays on this PFL card. I need 1. Give me my 2 units and I'm out of here. So when you're looking at the baseball schedule, when you're looking at college football, poke holes in your plays. Like if you got a play you like, really try and figure out why you shouldn't play it. Like, just get into it. If you start to see some red flags when you dive deeper into the stats, that's a signal to lay off of it. Like we always say, best way to make money is to not lose it. So I could not be happier with gaining 4 units in Contender Series and PFL, and it was strictly because of being patient and showing some restraint and just taking what the books gave us, and bang, we walk away with 4 units. So that's going to do it for the betting lab. And actually, guys, leave us comments what you think about the Yankees and what you think about the Angels. I think, you either love or hate the Yankees, and I feel like that's the same way betting. You're like, they're a very public team, but right now, who's not excited to bet against the Yankees? So let us know what you think about the Yankees and the Angels and what you're going to do with them moving forward. I'm always interested to see what everyone else is thinking about doing. So let's see what do we have up for today? So today, guys, we do have our 5% Cross-Sport Parlay that is still up. That starts this Saturday, plus 52 units now in parlays in 2023. We do have our MLB play of the day that is up right now. It's going to be for an afternoon game, so make sure you get that and get it locked in. And we have our UFC play of the week that is up. If you've already got the PFL and UFC pack, you don't need to get this one. But if you missed out on Contender Series and PFL, we're 2-0. Grab the UFC play of the week. That's up at WagerTalk.com. I believe it's only $9. So that's what we have up. And then tomorrow we will start getting ready for the weekend. The weekend we're going to have a few more plays. We do have Formula One and baseball. We'll get ready because we got some good plays ready for that. So make sure you guys are on top of that. WagerTalk.com. And of course, it's just easier to get a 30-day pass. Use the promo code ANDY30. That's ANDY30. Get your 30-day pass for $159. We're having a great August. We're having a great year. So jump on board and remember this 30-day pass. This is going to get you part of NFL season. So NFL season is coming up. So we're very, very excited about that. All right. So up next, doing a new segment, the other plays. So, all right. Excuse me. Okay. So the other plays. What are the other plays? Well, we're having fun with this. So I think we're one of the only, I think we may be the only people that do cross-sport parlays on a regular basis on WagerTalk. So they were having trouble figuring out which category to put our cross-sport parlays in. So right now they're just going into a category called other. It's a work in progress. So we're calling this the other plays, and this is how we develop a cross-sport parlay. So I everyone doesn't like parlays, or I think in the industry parlays are seen as like not good value bets or anything. We disagree completely. Like we're up 52 units on parlays, and I've always said it's not that you parlay, it's what you parlay. And we don't do these long shot parlays where you're betting a quarter unit to try and win 100 units. That's just death by 1,000 paper cuts to your bankroll. What we're trying to do is find these high juiced plays, put a couple of them together to get a play that's really close to even money. That's how we do parlays. It's a little bit different. So we're going to do a segment here called the other plays. And what this is I will show you how we try and find some parlay pieces and try and put them together to end up with a play. So this is a play, for example. This is not an official client play, but this is an example of one. These are some parlay pieces that I really like. So we'll start in the Canadian Football League. The Blue Bombers, they play tonight. They're the money line. They play against the Montreal Alouettes. Alouettes, they kind of beat up on the bad teams and they lose to the good teams. Blue Bombers, explosive offense, pretty good defense, and their money line is minus 375. They're a 9-point favorite, so the books are telling you they should win. On paper, they should win. They have the better team. We don't want to mess with the spread, so we just think they're going to win. So we'll take the Blue Bombers money line at minus 375. Well, we're not going to lay minus 375. So we need some other pieces. Rinya Nakamura on the UFC card. This guy is minus like 800 to win. He's a wrestler. He's a striker. He's fighting a complete chump. This is a card in Singapore. They want a highlight reel finish from this guy, and they're going to get it. This guy's fighting a guy named Fernie Garcia, who's 0-2 in UFC. He has no upside. Nakamura is going to make mincemeat of him. So we're going to take him to win inside the distance. That means he just got to win by finish or submission. That's minus 300. That puts us to around like minus 145 or minus 150. So we're going to add one more piece to this parlay piece. And we're going to go to Formula One, and we're going to look at Lando Norris to finish in the top 10. Since McLaren has added their upgrades, Lando Norris has not been a top 10 contender. He's been a top 6 contender. Even the last race, they had the setup on the car for wet conditions, and the race was dry. So he had no business finishing in the top 10. I think he finished like 7th. So Lando Norris has just been a top 10 machine since they added the upgrades. But again, you're not going to lay minus 750. So we're looking across a lot of sports. And this is an example of how we come up with some of these. Now, we maybe only have like 1, 2, maybe 3 of these, but these are just a really big piece of our arsenal because we can grab 2 units. We can grab 4 units over the weekend by taking pieces from different sports. So we're calling this the other plays. The category is going to be in other, but it is going to be a part of all access clients. So you can use that promo code to get 30 days. You're going to get all these. So this is an example. We take the Blue Bombers tonight on the money line. We take Nakamura on Saturday inside the distance. We take Lando Norris top 10, and now we get a final price of minus 110. So if you're going to try this, I will tell you there's landmines all over the place. To quote my buddy Jim, there's just landmines everywhere. Not every play is not every high juice play is a parlay piece. I would say, Steve, ignore the daily sports. Like, I'm never going to put a baseball money line in one of these. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was just going to mention that the NFL could be part of these. We've used NFL as part of these before, but with the daily sports, yeah, I wouldn't use NBA or MLB. I would just rather bet. Look with the
NHL.
yeah with this. I would do the spread or do the run line or find a team total in that on that team as opposed to just because with MLB, any team can lose on any given night. We all know that.
Yeah, the daily sports are pretty tough. So what we're looking at are some of these plays that take place once a week. I also do I like in CFL, I like the team, sport. Maybe defense isn't great, but the offense is clicking. So I do like the UFC plays when they have these showcase fights. Those are great to use. And then Formula One, I mean, really all we need to do is avoid a wreck from Lando Norris, and the guy should finish in the top 10. So yeah, daily plays. They're the daily sports. You're never going to see those in our other plays. So maybe I can try one of these, every week and just see. But we always do these. By the way, we do this at the beginning of the week. So Monday, we already knew what these pieces were going to be. So there's a real value in just looking way ahead to doing those. So, all right, let's do the streak of the day. I can't believe you brought up this name because my buddy, you guys have heard me mention him, Sacker. He's a Mets season ticket holder. The guy is very knowledgeable in baseball. He played in college. The guy knows. He texted me the other night. He's like, I've been telling you for a long time, Tommy Pham is really good. And he's like, I can't believe we traded him. So then you text me this morning and be like, look at this guy, Tommy Pham, streak of the day. So let's go over it. Streak of the day, Tommy Pham over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. It's a little juicy. I mean, you can't argue the guy's on fire. So what do we like about him today? But why did we lay off it in the end?
He's got the longest current hitting streak in the major leagues at 13. He also has a mean right cross. No, just kidding. Anyway, he's also went over the HRR total in 7 of his last 8 games. Today he's facing a lefty and Brandon Williamson. What's interesting here is that Pham is actually better for average against right-handed pitching. He's a right-handed hitter. Williamson's a lefty. He's better against for average against righties, but he hits for more power against lefties. So if he doesn't get the long ball today, he might not get there. And also with the negative 150 juice again, it's just another thing that steers us away from this play. But he's been on fire. He's going to be a hitter that you can look towards in the future. He just fell a little bit short of the card tonight.
To recap the streak of the day yesterday, I had Yonner Diaz, and I was like, "Oh, be careful! He's going up against Chris Sale. Be careful!" 3 hits, RBI, easily sailed over. So that was one. Oh, we were getting a great price on it. I'm upset we laid off of that one, but whatever. We'd rather lay off a loser than, or I'm sorry, we'd rather lay off a winner than give out a loser. So streak of the day is Tommy Pham. He did not make our card, but was very close. But yeah, keep an eye on this guy. If his numbers are better and the pitching matchup is a little bit better. So, all right, let's do the free play of the week. I still haven't decided on a name yet. By next week, gotta have a name. I will have us a name. So, all right, here's how the free play of the week works. We do one of these every week. I've hit 2 in a row. I'm gonna keep going until I lose, and then it's Steve's turn. He'll go until he loses, and we'll rotate. So my first 2 plays have been in the UFC. Last play was a big plus money play. I got to keep going with UFC here. So this isn't a big plus money play, but it's a distance play. We're going to go with Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Lucas Bresky. Steve, I've never heard a man's last name pronounced so many different ways than this guy. Every announcer, every YouTube video, it's pronounced different. I've heard so many different pronunciations. I'm going with Bresky on this one. All right, Cortez Acosta Bresky. I have this fight going the distance at minus 125. You can also play over 2.5 rounds. It's like a minus 140 right now. So what do I like about this? Well, Cortez Acosta, low volume striker. He's not going to knock people out. And Lucas Bresky's kind of the same way. He's a little bit more high volume striker, but He's lost his 2 UFC fights. His last fight was against Carl Williams. That was a fight we cashed. Carl Williams is a wrestler and just completely out-wrestled Bresky. Bresky doesn't have to worry about that. Cortez Acosta is not a wrestler. I think this fight is going to be really, really close. We've got 2 fighters that are not going to submit the other. And I don't think they're going to knock the other one out. I lean Bresky in this one, who's an underdog. But I think the best play in this fight is this thing is going to go over. It will go the distance. I don't know who is going to finish who. They're both pretty tough. Neither one of them have been knocked out in the UFC, and we know these aren't submission guys. So I think this is going to be kind of a slower paced fight, especially once you get in round 2 and 3. Neither one of them have great cardio, so as long as we make it to round 3, I don't think anybody's going to finish in round 3. So I think this is a really fair price. It's a good enough play that it makes the free play of the week for the road to millions. So Cortez Acosta, Lucas Bresky will go the distance. That is the free play. So. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for us today. Just a quick reminder, if you want to grab all of our plays, they are up at WagerTalk.com. Give us a comment if you like the play of the week. Tell us what you think about the Yankees and the Angels. Those are some of our topics today. We've got our 5% Cross-Sport Parlay that is up. We have the MLB play of the day that is up as well. And we also have the UFC play of the week. All those are up. Or if you just want to get all of them for the next 30 days, it's going to include all these plays, including 5%. And you're going to get the start of the NFL season. So really good deal. Use the promo code Andy30, gets 30 days for $159. And we're looking to continue the winning ways in August. So give us a like and subscribe. And if you like the betting content, guys, there is plenty more coming up on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out Wager Talk today at noon Eastern, at 9 a.m. Pacific. And don't forget, Road to Millions will be on Sundays moving forward, even in NFL season. I should say, especially in NFL season. We're going to get you ready for Sunday's action in NFL. So check us out tomorrow and on Sunday. Looking forward to an NFL season. And tomorrow we're going to go over some college football totals. Good luck on all your bets today, and we will see everyone tomorrow.
Good luck.